Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Yvonne, and on today's video, if you can tell by the title, I'm talking about all things locks. If you've been thinking about getting starter locks and not sure the way to go, or if you have your starter locks already and you want to know if you're on the right path, doing everything correctly, or if you just need guidance and don't necessarily know what you're doing as far as when it comes to your starter locks, I'm here to help. I have been locked for a year and 2 months. It's been a year in May, so June, July, okay. A year and 2 months, almost a year and 3 months. And I want to tell you all how I've been maintaining my locks, things to expect, things I've learned, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in all that, continue watching. So first things first, I know that there are a few different ways you can start your locks. I started with comb coils, and I'll put a picture somewhere if I can find it, if I still have those pictures. But I started with comb coils, but I know you can start with 2-strand twists. And I've heard of people starting with braids. I don't know how I'll feel about starting with braids because that's a different pattern and texture in itself to eventually be locks. But I have heard of specifically the comb coil method and also the 2-strand twist. I started with comb coils. I've heard of people who started their twist with 2-strand twists, and once their hair was locked, they had holes in their locks from the twist if it wasn't, twisted correctly, or if the twist came out during the locking process and it left a hole in their lock. I definitely would recommend comb coil. I wish I had recorded a video of me doing it when I first started my locks or my brother's locks, because I could have showed you how to do it. I don't have any lock service or anything like that, so it's not like I'm locking people's heads up for now, but it's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure you can find loads of YouTube videos, because that's what I did to figure out how to start comb coils. For me specifically, I wasn't too concerned with having sharp parts because I knew that this was not a trend for me. I actually wanted locks and I wanted to have them for the long haul, and I didn't really care about the parts as long as I had the locks, because when your hair is long and you're doing a whole lot of stuff with it anyway, I don't think you're going to be too concerned with the parts. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel in the situation. And when I started my locks, I know I shared this a few times on my channel, I just used a rat tooth comb and Jamaican mango and lime locking gel. That's what I've been using since I started my brother's locks 4 years ago, and that's what we're still using. So I had that in my rat tooth comb, and I did comb coils. They do unravel. Not all of them will unravel, but they will unravel, and you can just redo the comb coil and it should be fine. But they will unravel, and yes, you can wash your hair. I think I waited a few weeks because my hair was curly and was easy to unravel just by breathing, but I did wait maybe 3 to 4 weeks to wash my hair. But that's definitely, I don't think, looking back on it now, I don't think that was necessary to wait as long. I wouldn't go wash like next week after, but maybe you can start 2 to 3 weeks after you start your locks to go ahead and wash it, because you don't want any buildup. And if you think about it, water helps lock up your hair as well, so washing it shouldn't be a problem. I would not use conditioner because your hair can already unravel by just washing it itself. But if you use conditioner, something that is going to try to soften your hair even more, that can lead to more unraveling. And I know, because I know you wouldn't want to redo all your comb coils or all the work that you put in the starter locks in the first place. Moving on, when I first started my locks, I don't think there was any particular products that I used. I just wanted to keep my scalp clean and pretty much my hands off my locks, because I knew that they were sensitive and very easy to unravel at that time. So I definitely tried not to touch them as much, and I don't think I did too much to my scalp or hair when I did that. I think I maybe still like oiled my scalp and occasionally washed, retwisted as needed. And I think that was all I did in like the first 1-2 months of my hair being locked. I do believe maybe the first or second month is when I did my first retwist, and they still look like little spirals. Again, if I have a picture, I will put it somewhere. I know I have a video of my lock process or my lock journey on my channel somewhere, with just the pictures and any videos that I've taken. Yeah, so I've done that. Yeah, my first retwist, I think my locks were still kind of in the starter lock phase. Nothing had locked, I hadn't started budding or anything. And this isn't a video of what to expect when you're locking your hair, because I think I have a video on that somewhere. If not, I will definitely make one, but this is more of information that you can use to take with you when you're starting your locks, or if you've already started your locks and not sure if you're doing everything correctly. My number one thing about starter locks is just to leave them alone. You don't have to do too much to them. I know that they're not going to look how you want them to because they're so small, they're little spirals, and you don't know what to do with them. Leave them alone. It's nothing you can really do. I know you're gonna want to do stuff with it. I wanted to. I felt like I looked crazy, like a little mop head or something, but I'm a year and some change in now and definitely was worth it. Also, if you're starting out your locks and you feel like you have some like around the front or something that is just way too small and you're like, there's no way that that's gonna lock up, leave it alone. It will lock up. Because I had personally, this is a real life thing, I'm dealing with it today. I had around this corner, around the front of my head, I had 6 locks. And now I have 4. Because when I first started my locks and they were maybe like after my first retwist or something like that, I was like, there's 2 locks over here that seem way too thin and I'm not gonna, it doesn't look like they're gonna lock. So, you know what I did? I combined them with another lock. I guess this lock. I combined one of my locks on this side with one and the other on this side with the other. And guess what? I should have kept it because now I have little sections where I originally had locks where now I have loose hair that won't stay in a lock and are pretty much a size to be a regular lock in themselves. So I'm kind of training them to lock up. I'm trying to crochet, comb, coil, all that. They're not staying together, but you know, having 2 starter locks with locks that are mature. So don't do that. If you think you have a lock that's not gonna lock up, leave it alone because 9 times out of 10, it will eventually lock. Even if it takes a little longer than the other ones to lock. So definitely don't make the mistake I did and leave them alone. And as far as washing my locks, I pretty much just use Dr. Bronner's to wash my hair. I still haven't gotten to the point where I found a conditioner that I would like to use when washing my hair. I still just use Dr. Bronner's peppermint, and then afterwards I'm gonna be sprayed with some rose water, put some oil on my scalp and call it a day. But so if you are, you know, a year and some change in, or even more than a year in your lock journey, and you have conditioners that you recommend, definitely leave them alone because I'm on the lookout for some, because I feel like I could use a conditioner now, but now I'm having like a lot of frizz and stuff. So if you got them, if you come across this video, baby, let me know, because we all just share information here. No gatekeeping here for me. The big takeaways from this is to be patient. Leave your hair alone. Don't try to manipulate it. If you have some locks, especially in your starter phase, if you have some locks that don't look like they're gonna lock, leave them alone because 9 times out of 10 they will, because I'm paying for it now and I have 2 little baby locks that are not even locked yet, mostly loose hair that I'm trying to lock up. And yeah, but as far as maintenance, keep it low-key. I do styles from time to time, but I still just only use spring water, rose water, a few drops of some oil, and the oil I use is castor oil. I have a new oil by Amala Cosmetics that I'm using that has like argan oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, all that good stuff. So just find your good oil that you like and that you're used to, and just do that. Little spring water every day, little rose water every day, and leave them alone. I do style it sometimes with just the half up, half down you guys see sometimes, and that's all I do. I put it up with a hair tie. I do my edges, and I'm using currently, I didn't buy it for this reason, but I'm currently using the Style Factor Lock Booster as an edge control. But it definitely works. Like I mentioned in my Amazon video, it definitely works and it's been working for me. So definitely keep it low maintenance. It really does not have to be a job to handle your locks. You just have to get through the starter phase. And once you're through the starter phase, babes, you're free. Spray your hair with water every day. Act as if you're a plant. I'm serious. But I think that's all I have. I kind of just, you know, wanted to tell you all what I did when I first started my locks. And the only thing I would change for me as far as starting my locks is not combining the locks when they were still in the starter phase, because I'm paying for it. But that is the only thing. Other than that, I've kept it pretty low key. Not a lot of pulling or tugging or Oh, and sleep with a do-rag, bonnet, lock, I don't know what you call it, the little socket, the little thing, but a long bonnet or anything. Just make sure you got something silk on your head every night, or if you're sleeping with a silk pillow. I have a silk pillowcase. I have a silk pillowcase, but me just rolling around on a pillowcase with my locks in my face at night, I'm just not seeing it. So I do have that and a bonnet, a silk lined bonnet as well. So that's the main takeaways from this video. Leave your starter locks alone, but do wash them. Retwist them if you need to in the beginning stages. If they unravel, wash your hair. Find you a good soap. I highly recommend and will always recommend Dr. Bronner's. Peppermint specifically, especially when you're getting into the mature locks and you want a good clean. Definitely peppermint. Dr. Bronner's will do the trick every time. Have your scalp smelling good, your hair smelling good, like really a clean slate, no buildup. Do not combine starter locks. Spray them with spring water, rose water, get you a little oil. And with the oil, I definitely would recommend maybe twice a week with oil. Definitely, especially in the starter phase, I don't think I was oiling my hair more than once a week because I didn't need that extra buildup when I wasn't washing my hair that frequently to have that kind of buildup. Even now, I feel like I oil at least twice a week. I don't think you need that much oil. Your hair produces its own oils at that. So that's just my 2 cents. I hope that this video helps someone in their lock journey. I did just want to share a little bit of my experience since I am a year and some change in on my lock journey, and I can't wait to see how I will be 2 years in, 3 years in, 5 years in, like, because now, baby, I feel like I'm just working on length. Oh, another thing, I did my locks myself. I don't know if my locks would have turned out differently if I went to a loctician, but I didn't want to go to a loctician, and I still don't want to go to a loctician. The beauty of locking my hair myself and maintaining it myself, like, I don't know, that's a good feeling. But all your locks will not be the same. This is a bonus. Like, I'll put this at the end. This is bonus. All your locks will not look the same. They're all different shapes and sizes. I have one nicknamed the Wasp because, did y'all see that? Yes, the Wasp, like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, it didn't start like that, but when it locked like that. And there's nothing I can do about it. But that's the beauty of having locks, because not all locks are created equally. And you will have some that are different shapes and sizes, some that bend this way, some that, you know, maybe look like a little wasp like this one. But that's just my 2 cents. I didn't want to have this video be super duper long of me just sitting here talking to you, but I just wanted to give my little tips and tricks of what I did when I first started my locks, and how, looking back now, what I would have did differently, which was only not combine those couple locks. But other than that, it's been pretty smooth sailing. I'm still learning a lot about my locks, and definitely will keep you guys updated once I learn and implicate, and I will pass on to you all. But that is all I have for today's video. If you got all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you and our little growing family. If you will, go ahead and leave a like on this video, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content and hit that notification bell so you can know when I post it. That being said, I'm signing off for this video, and I will see you all on my next one. Peace.